this video, I will show you the 4 books that have helped me tremendously throughout my journey as an entrepreneur and business owner. If you are trying to start your own business, or if you already have one, then I think these books will be extremely beneficial because they have a lot of information, practical things that you could just apply, and they're motivational and inspiring, and I think overall you'll just enjoy reading them. So if you're interested, then continue watching. So the first book I'm going to show you is called Girlboss by Sophia Amoruso. She was the founder and CEO of Nasty Gal, and she had the company for many years, and it was extremely successful. This was one of the first books that I read when I first started my business, and it really opened my eyes to understanding that when you want something, you can get it. It doesn't matter where you are, but it's always achievable. And she talks about her story, how she started from the bottom. She did not have any money, but she just had this idea while she was struggling to just go ahead and buy clothing from estate sales and Goodwill and just places that were selling like used clothing, or like she would look for vintage items and resell them on eBay. She would use her friends as models. Since she didn't have any money, she would pay them with either food or sometimes clothing, and you know, she would take pictures of the models and post it on MySpace, and little by little she started getting a following and people started buying from her, and from there it just took off. It's really inspirational. It really gives you hope that, you know, anything can be achievable, and it just really inspired me. So I think that it will inspire you too. If you haven't read this book and you're trying to start your business, or you already have your own, then I highly recommend this book because it is a great read, and I think it will really help you in the long run. Now the next book that I have here is another book that I read in the beginning stages of my business. One thing that I love is reading a book that can teach me something, reading a book that can, you know, give me value that I can just apply. And this book does just that. It is called You Are a Badass by Jensen, Sara. What she talks about is how you have to change your mindset in order to like set the foundation for success. Because without it, and that is reality, that is one thing that I have learned, that your mind needs to be right, thinking the right things in order for you to succeed. If you are negative, and if you don't believe that you can do something, or if you don't believe that you are capable of achieving great things, then you're not. So she talks about how she realized that she was blocking her own blessing because of her mentality, because of her way of thinking, because she was pushing away success by just, you know, rejecting anything that had to do with having material, like nice material things or money. So yeah, great book. You should definitely be reading this if you are trying to have a business, if you're starting, if you already have one. It doesn't matter, you should read this. Great book. Okay, so the next book is one of my all-time favorites. I have read this book like 3 times, and there's just so much information, so many jewels in here, so many gems that you could just apply in, you know, to your life. There's so many things that you will take out of this book. It is a continuation from the last book, You Are a Badass. In this book, which is called You Are a Badass at Making Money, she talks about money, like how you can get money, why you should be making money, everything that has to do with money. It gives you affirmations, it gives you her stories, it teaches you how to relate to money in a different way, and you know, just to change your mindset around it. It just pretty much like gives you like that kick in the ass, so that you don't give yourself any more excuses. It's just an amazing book. I cannot recommend it enough. Like, the other one is good, this one is like way better. So if there's a book, one book that has to do with, you know, business and, you know, changing your mindset about money, and you being able to go after your goals and just, you know, making that
money, honey, then this is it. This is the book, because I mean, it's just great. I love this book. Like I said, highly recommend. You should be reading it.
Now, this last book that I'm going to show you is called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This is an old book. It is extremely popular. It has sold millions of copies throughout the years. Napoleon Hill talks about how he made his millions, how he found success. He talks about all the wealthy people that he met along the way, and he was even able to interview them, to talk to them, to really, because he really wanted to find out what it is that makes somebody successful. Like, what are the characteristics? What are the things that they apply in their lives? What are their habits? Those things is what make a person successful. He talks about all the principles. He talks about all the things that you should be doing in your life, and all the habits that you should be creating, positive habits that you should be creating in order to make your life as happy and as fulfilling as possible, aside from making money. This book right here is really powerful, and you will find a lot of value from this book. Just from reading it, you're just gonna have knowledge. You're going to have your mind is going to expand. You're just gonna understand things, and it's going to make you better. Definitely take some time to read this book. So yeah, guys, these are the 4 books that have made such a huge difference in my life as far as me being an entrepreneur and just believing in myself. I really hope that you take my advice and pick some of these up, and I also hope that you get the value that I have gotten from them. So give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or you have any book that you love that you want to recommend, then just leave it down in the comment box below. I am always looking for new books to read. I would really appreciate it if you would go ahead and take some time to do that. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.